Hello everyone, welcome back to Chasing Neat. I'm Michael and this is...
Dawn, also known as Dawane.
Yes.
In some circles.
In some circles. Dave and Nina, you know who you are?
It's all that Key and Peele's fault when they did that little Aaron thing. You know, all just came up with names.
You were in trouble, Aaron.
You were in trouble, Aaron, or something like that.
Blake.
Jaqualin. Or
Dawane.
We never did come up with one for you, did we? Because it just didn't quite work out. Michael.
Michelli.
Yeah.
Michael. Yeah. Didn't. Anyway,
back to the moment at hand here. Whiskey Wednesday
on one of our recent trips. We got this at what? Handy's spot?
I have no clue. I forget.
We'll have to look at the notes. I'll put it down in the description. But tonight we're going to be drinking Old Pepper straight bourbon whiskey. And this is 101.6 proof. Oh, it's on this side.
You did the math before you came on.
101.6 proof.
Oh yeah, you don't have to do the math. They'll just do it for you. They don't always do the math for you. So anytime.
They don't always.
Those of you who don't already know that, when they have a percentage, ABV percentage, to get the proof, you just take that proof times 2. And if the math is too hard, use a calculator.
And round up to the nearest 1/10 of a percent.
No, yeah, whatever.
Because we have one bottle that's 3.3 decimal places.
What is it? I feel like that might be like
people
who do store picks or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So this one is... Hoppa!
It's Old Pepper Distillery. What do we know about this?
Well... Old Pepper Distillery in Lexington, Kentucky.
The answer was absolutely
It was originally
nothing.
built in 1800.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So Old Pepper Distillery. Old Pepper Bourbon. Do they have a whiskey? I don't know. Do they have bourbon? Yes. We obviously bought one. We keep seeing these bottles. Then we've been delaying buying one until finally we bought one.
Yep. This batch KO4.
Kale?
KO4.
Oh, KO4.
So the distillery in Lexington, Kentucky was initially built in 1880 by Colonel James E. Pepper. At the time, it was said to be the largest and most technically advanced distillery in the region, or in the nation, excuse me. It was there that Colonel Pepper produced his famous high-grade whiskey, of which he was a flamboyant promoter. Indeed, legend has it at the time, old-fashioned cocktail was invented in his honor. Don't know about that one, but it's a good story.
Everybody claims something that seems like it's already been done.
And he introduced that to the world during his frequent stays in New York City.
New York City!
The distillery operated until 1967, when both it and the brand were abandoned for over 50 years. After a decade of historical research and renovation, the brand was relaunched and the distillery was rebuilt, filling its first barrel in 2017.
Oh, so relatively resurrected.
Yeah.
Okay.
For this special bottling, we have taken a fine straight bourbon and given it a secondary finish in a heavily toasted barrel made from staves of the finest Kentucky oak. Unlike the average whiskey barrel, which has its staves air seasoned for 6 months prior to assembly, the staves for these barrels were air seasoned for 18 to 24 months. Ooh. The overall process results in more flavor being released in the oak, which in turn is imparted into the already maturing whiskey, creating a full-bodied, complex whiskey bottled straight from the barrel, uncut and unfiltered.
Flip it around.
So that's the new.
New resurrected. Okay.
What's the one behind Castle and Key? That we remember we were driving around Castle and Key, and it's like, oh, there's another distillery, but That one just got bought and redone, but
I don't know if it's
was
done.
Oak Crow?
I think it might be Oak Crow.
Oak Crow.
But I'm not positive. It's been a while since we've been down there. But I feel like it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, other than what you just read, the only thing I know about this is we just keep looking at or passing by it in the liquor stores. This happens to be barrel proof, and like you said, 101.6 proof on that. So I don't know.
It's got some dark color to it, and it's thick.
Lexington, Kentucky. That's something we don't really go down. We haven't gone down to Lexington, Kentucky much.
Yeah.
Because it's a little extra another hour, or quite from when we get down to Louisville. But it's not very ethanol-y.
Yeah, I'm getting a little ethanol note, but
Yeah. Man, I smell.
but it's definitely sweet.
Yeah, I smell peaches.
Peaches.
Yeah, it smells good. Now that I see peaches, do you like it? You don't like peaches?
Yeah, it does kind of smell like those peach rings. Those
Yeah,
candied
peachy rings. Yeah.
I'm not a peach person. I'm not a big fan of peaches, but
I know. I already told him.
oh, you did you? All right, cheers.
First of all, I probably should have drank something off camera because that punch hit hot.
It really hit hot,
But
that's really fruity.
it is very fruity and
That is fruit gum.
Yeah.
That fruit stripe gum.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Not some. As I was bringing it to my mouth, I thought that peach was. I was gonna taste it right away, and I did. But I think you have a better adjective when saying it's fruit stripe gum because it's all those flavors that usually you blend together. Yeah. We say that a lot.
Interesting. We do because a lot of especially the high proofs that we seem to be tasting, will have a fruit. Sometimes we call it a stone fruit or a dark fruit. I often say plums or figs, but that's just
no. That's super citrusy and fresh and clean, and that barrel proof hits you in the back of the throat. It's a pretty long finish still, I think. It's still pretty hot for me, but again, that's just because we haven't tried anything yet.
We should have warmed up with vodka so that we could spit it out.
No, vodka. I'd rather warm up with Buffalo Trace. How many years did you say this was?
I don't know that I did say what this was aged for. It's straight bourbon, so it's at least 2 years.
Yep. And it's kind of light colored. But like
I wouldn't say light color. I thought it was dark color.
No,
I didn't pour as much in yours, but
no. But I'm just saying. I mean, for the color that the higher proof that we have, or not say that necessarily higher proof, but I mean, an older one was usually more darkness. But
yeah,
it's decent dark.
This doesn't say how old this barrel is, other than it's straight. So
you know what? Right away, after having only the first sip, I really like this.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. I don't remember what we paid for this. I want to say at least 45, but it might have been higher, 60-ish. But again, I'll put that somewhere. We keep the receipts for everything.
Yeah, but we've been starting to, like, whenever the price tags are actually on the bottle, we used to tear them off because we thought it looked kind of tacky, but we believe in them because it kind of helps us remember right away.
Yeah, so when we taste them for you guys and gals, that we can actually tell you what it costs.
Yeah.
Without putting it in text.
Yeah, and honestly, obviously it changes all the time, but there's a lot of apps that you can download and see what the MSRP is and all those other fun things. But it's a cool looking bottle too, though. I love a bottle that has like the ribbon across the top. They all
the old. That. It's the old tax stamp. Yeah, Not that this is a tax stamp, but that's what it's reminiscent of.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
Finest Kentucky oak. Is it really the finest Kentucky oak? I don't know. It'd be interesting to.
I don't know. A lot of the barrels come from Missouri, so.
Well, like they said, they air dry it or whatever for 18 to 24 months. We don't really get into that aspect usually when we're tasting and talking about bourbon.
No, only because typically the distilleries or whoever's running the tasting doesn't go into the barrel information too much. They may say the char, but they don't say what cooperage made the barrel. They don't say how long the wood was aged or seasoned or both. So
it's usually just the bourbon geek in the crowd asking those questions. And I think sometimes when we were on first tours, people were asking, I don't know, wait, wasn't like when we first took our tours initially, I think we were the people who were asking all those questions.
Yeah.
I don't know of anybody else that I remember significantly asking those kinds of questions, but you just get kind of geeked out on some of those details. But that's really good.
Man, it's really hot. Man, I'm getting that Kentucky hot.
I know, I'm getting it too.
Big time.
But I'm going to take this next sip and then maybe not drink it right. I mean, swallow it right away, but maybe just hold it in my mouth a little bit and chew on it.
Chew on it a little bit. See how, move it around.
Yeah. I used to do it
do
with
that
a higher
Kentucky
proof.
chew.
Mostly I think is that higher proof, when it's that hot, it gets hot in your mouth, obviously, but I don't like that Kentucky hug because it's too reminiscent of heartburn. So it's like...
Yeah. It's got a good smell.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really specific jumps out, but it's got a good smell.
Wow, that was hot. I was hot doing that. Obviously, a hot still in the center of my tongue, and then it didn't...
A little cinnamon on that one.
It didn't roll off the tongue buttery after you held it there for a long time, which is okay. It's just, but the hug is not there on the second sip, which is kind of what the goal was. It didn't, but holding it in your mouth longer, it goes through differently, whether it goes through your tongue, around your tongue, or up into the nasal cavity, or kind of, or through the roof of your mouth, whatever. It didn't really do that like some things. When you hold them in your mouth a little longer, it just kept getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and a little bit of buttery, but not buttery taste, teeth. But just a non-buttery roll off the tongue. So it wasn't too bad, but it did prevent the Kentucky hook. So
it's good.
That's what I wanted. So I think I remember other Old Peppers. I mean, all I can tell you is a blue and a green and a red label or whatever, and it kind of reminds me of the stripes that they do here, like for Old Forester and whatnot. So I think this would be fun. It'll be a fun one to try again, and maybe go down to the distillery, take a tour, and talk to them about
especially now that it's opened or reopened.
Yeah, 2017 is not that old, so yeah. I mean, for 101 proof, that's pretty darn tasty. And again, it looks like the label and everything is definitely a throwback.
Distilled and bottled by James Pepper. I just want to double check that was distilled and bottled from them. So So if they started in filling barrels in 2017, 7 years.
Yeah, but it doesn't say when they filled that bottle either, right? I mean, it could have been for the bottle.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one doesn't give a ton of information. It's just a lot of adjectives on the back about them.
Yeah. So. We like a lot of information on our bottles just so that we can know a little bit more about what we're drinking and, set expectations. But, I'd rather have too much information and then, as opposed to not enough information.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy it's their juice and not, somebody else's. Not that somebody else's is bad, especially if it's MGP, because we like their juice, their distillate. But we want more distilleries to be producing their own stuff so that we can enjoy it. So we have a variety.
Because we don't have enough already.
Yeah. And also, hopefully, more competition means price will come down. Because it's been going up and up and up. I think it's a little flat-toed. But
yeah, I think it's kind of fine
I don't know if it's coming down anytime soon, but I'm hoping it doesn't go up anymore.
Yeah, and I feel like I can't tell you top of my head what I saw, but I was like, oh, that's as high as it is. And I expected it to be a lot more. So maybe that's a good sign.
Yeah.
So anyway. Now what? Finish it?
I'm gonna add a few drops of water later and let it bloom a little bit more. See if it makes it a little less hot and see how it blooms.
Yeah.
So.
I drank it all.
You drank it all.
Yep. So I guess at the end of this, I'd buy it again.
Yep.
I'm going to definitely share this with friends.
Yep.
Not a beginner bourbon.
No, I think that long hot finish would be a little bit more overpowering.
Yeah.
You know, if they were going to drink it, I would give it to them with a cube of ice.
Yeah.
A big cube, so it doesn't get watered down, but just gets cool.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
definitely
they
it's
can
definitely
find
huggy.
their proof points.
Yeah, I think so. Because again, barrel proof is
not for the beginners.
not for the beginners.
Yeah.
But I feel that to be true with most barrel proof. Because again, you're not watering it down, so
it's just
or not actually not watering it down. You're not
for
proofing
someone
it
who
down.
doesn't have that palate that's expecting that first hit and then can deal with it and say, okay, I'll let it linger, I'll let it finish, and then I'll sip it less, I'll chew it more,
Yeah.
But definitely for a mid or experienced palate, oh yeah, definitely there.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe we were the ones who waited forever and a day to pick a bottle of this up, but we'll continue drinking this and enjoy this and share it with everybody. But let us know what you like, if you like this one, or what other
products that Peppers makes.
Other products Peppers make. Which one should we maybe try next?
Yeah, and we'll try it next.
Otherwise, we'll just grab some random one.
Yeah.
No, some rather random of that.
Oh, random of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm sure
there's a whole shelf over here.
I'm sure that'll require a trip to Lexington.
Yes, very much so.
So, all right. With that, I guess we'll call this one done.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Whoa.
Get yourself situated.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna fix you. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Is it time?
So we're going to say welcome back, or I forget what we're going to say.
Yeah, I don't think we figured it out.
All right, look at the camera.
I just don't go, welcome back. Yeah, well, look okay.
Yep. From what I can see.
I know, I can't see there because these glasses are like only for right here, not over there. All right, let's go. It's going to be good enough. It is what it is.
Yep.
Hear it, Mike. To hear it. Okay.
All right.
I didn't even.
Go.
That's barely even a kiss. That's
Yeah, but I didn't want lipstick all over my lips.
Oh.
Sorry. Bad enough that you got all over here.
Do I? I told you.